Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with another tutorial or craft with B, whatever you want to call it. Today we're going to be doing some stamping on acetate. So I saw a video on this a long time ago. Honestly, do not even remember where I saw it. But I had made a note of it. So anyway, you can stamp on acetate as long as you use StazOn Ink. So I've got a variety of colors, and we're going to be working on some stamping for the BOHO journal because that's what I'm working on, some accents and some additional things to go in the journal. And so I've got my stamps, and I have a range of alcohol markers. And the reason why we're using both of these, so one, the StazOn Ink is alcohol based, and as you know, alcohol markers are also alcohol based. So you do have to give a little bit of drying time. So once we start stamping, we'll set some pieces aside so that we can let them dry, so that we can come in and we're going to use some markers to color them in. And I'm going to show you what I did off camera. I've got some score tape. I'm not exactly sure if we're going to do anything with these pieces in this video. I might come back and do a part 2, or I might just show you photos at the end. But I'll show you a couple that I played with, but I mostly wanted to show you the technique. I will show you how to use the stamp platform. This is the Tonic Studio Tim Holtz platform, which I absolutely adore. But I also did do some by hand. So by using a stamp block. What did I do with my stamp block? I think I put it back in the drawer. Let me grab that really quick. Yeah, just a simple square stamp block. When you do that, you have to be sure that you're not fidgeting and moving it around because you'll smear the ink, which I'm going to show you the result of that. So these are some that I did off camera. So I did some feathers, and I did them in black. Okay. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those, but I just thought I'd show you what they look like in black. And I'm touching them now, and they are completely dry. So that's one example. And then this is one where I did colors. So this one I did a variegated yellow, purple, and teal. And this one is the teal and the yellow. I really love those as well. So we're going to be doing, I thought it'd be fun to make just some little skinny tags, or you can make journal cards out of these, you guys. You could back them with some book page, which I'll show you here in a second as well. So that's another option. And then I did do a swatch, not quite to the swatch, am I? Right there. I did a swatch of my alcohol ink colors. I'm not a big fan of this green here, but all the other color, and this orange color was terrible. So I don't really have a really good orange in my alcohol pens. So that's the colors we're going to be working with. And then this is one that I did. This one I did where I used the markers on top of the stamp, and then I stamped it. But I think because I was working with a stamp block and not the platform, my stamps did not want to stay on. My stamps did not want to come up, like it would just pull up the stamp off of the acetate, which I'm not sure what the difference was, but you can kind of see you could do that. It just is a little bit, you're going to have to practice it a little bit, I think. So, and then this is another one where I just did these like Mandela stamps, and I love how they turned out. You can see that, oh, we got something on the back of that one. Doggone it. Got some green on the back. Oh, it's from this other one below. Oh, darn it. These are samples anyway, but so I did one in black, some purplish, teal, and a red variation. So it's a little bit hard to see here. I wonder if you can see. Oh, there you go. So that's what they look like against white paper. So super fun. So we're going to do some of those as well. And then this one I made a pocket out of, and I really like how it turned out, even though my butterfly was not even, and I see where the ink got it. I put a bunch on that edge just to kind of give it a little bit of ink edge, but that wasn't very smart. But I love how it looks against a book page. So we might do that. I have one book page over there that we could, or music page that we could play around with. I'm not going to use, in fact, I'm going to probably take these brads out because I don't have very many gold ones. But this is just, maybe I'll put this in my reference journal or something. I'm not sure, but that's another thing that you could do to kind of bring out that that beauty. I think we'll probably do 2 parts. We'll do the stamping and do some coloring in, and then maybe we'll come back in part 2 and we'll make some stuff with it. I think that's going to be a better use of our time because I can only get so much done in a video. This is my favorite. So this is one of my favorite stamps of all time, and I'm going to show you what she looks like not against that. Look at that. And all I did is I stamped her in black, and I just accented her. She's got purple lips. That was way more purple than I thought now that I'm looking at this in the light. But you can see that. But then look at what happens when you take that paper out. Isn't that beautiful? And so I just basically, I stapled it at the top. And then I just used some double-sided tape to put that gold trim on. But this just can flip up. Okay. One could put something behind here if you wanted to. You could get, pull out one of these colors in the paper, like maybe this teal or a little bit of the orange, and put that behind that, and that would be really pretty as well. But we're going to definitely do that stamp again. I absolutely love it. So these are the stamps I picked. This was the butterfly that you saw on the journal card or the pocket. This is that one that I just showed you. I also want to do one with this one. She's another one of my favorite stamps, which I don't use my stamps as often as I used to now that I'm doing journal making. And then these are the Mandela stamps. And this is another set. I'm probably just going to set that aside. That was before I dug these out. And then the feathers. So these all seem to really fit with the theme that we're working with. But I'm going to show you both ways to do it, using the stamp platform and not using the stamp platform. So I'm going to just push some of this stuff out of my way so that we can work. I've got a white piece of paper here just so that we can see. And I think we'll start by showing you how to do it without the stamp platform. So I want to actually cut this down because it's a little bit long for the camera view here. So I'm just going to cut a little bit of that off. I meant to show you what I'm using. So I purchased this craft plastic sheets a long time ago. They are 12 by 12. I don't know if I got them off of Amazon or at scrapbook.com, but I will see if I can find them. They're great. They're a heavy duty plastic. What do you call that? What did I just call it? Transparency. That's what word I'm looking for. So that's what I use, and I will try to remember to link it. So I think we'll start with the Mandela. So this is the one where I tried multiple colors. Isn't that so pretty? You can see all those colors on there. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start with that. So I think this one I just want to do black because I want to show you what it looks like to actually color one in. We'll have to wait for it to dry, but it didn't take too long. Now I did find that because the alcohol markers and the StazOn Ink are the same alcohol-based product, I did have to be careful to not disrupt the black lines because I did have a little disruption because I probably just didn't wait long enough. So I'm gonna just stamp this up. Some of my pads are kind of dry because I haven't used them in forever. So, but I did have some re-inker for the black. So we might be using quite a bit of black. So when you do it without a stamp platform, you want to get it down there and then you want to not move it. So I'm going to push it down. I'm going to just set it down gently. Okay. And I'm going to put my finger in the middle and I'm just going to press just gently. Okay. When you don't use the platform, you don't get a second try, right? If you guys have ever seen the way the stamp platform works, it's amazing because you can get away with doing a double stamp. So we're going to be stuck with this because I can't move that finger anymore without making it bounce, okay? So I'm just going to pull that up. I'm going to just touch this acetate to keep it down on the surface and just pull that up. Oh, beautiful impression. Look at that, guys. That could not be better if I tried. Yay. Okay, so that's the black. I want to do this one again in a color, so I'm just going to get a wipe out. Not a lot of ink comes off of this because it is, it just kind of stains the stamp itself, which is not a problem. I'm going to grab a paper towel and just dry that off. And actually, I probably should just choose a different stamp. Wouldn't that be better? So let's choose this one, and we'll just do the color that I did before. So we're going to do the purple. So I'm going to go ahead and cap that up. It's really important to keep these capped, even if you're using them like on the spot. I'm just going to kind of move these around a little bit. So we've got a royal purple. Yeah, I think we'll do a part 2. Then I won't be stressing out. So I'm just going to stamp this up. Okay, and let's cross our fingers. And I'm going to do the same. I'm going to leave a little bit of space because I don't want to run out of room. In fact, I'm going to give about that much space, and I'm going to go again, set it down. Be very committed. Press it in the middle, and then push around. That worked really, really well. See if I can switch fingers. Yeah. You'll be able to tell because it will slide. You'll feel it kind of slide, because I don't know if I showed you in one of my samples. I did have one that moved, and it just creates a blurry line, which is not horrible. Okay. Again, I'm going to hold the acetate down. Oh, another perfect one. I could not have done that better. Oh my goodness. I was not even having this success off camera. That's a rare thing. Usually it doesn't go as well on camera. So I think I want to try this one. We're just going to do one more of the mandala, and I'm going to use the red ink. So again, I'm going to be mindful and cap this up. Plus they can be hard to tell what the color is because of the ink pad. Some of them are easy to tell, but not all of them. And I'm going to grab this blazing red. And they have this little cap thing that goes on it. I think it helps it to not dry out. So I'm trying to keep that wipe in my view here. And we're going to go ahead and just ink that up as well. Maybe I'll do one more so I can show you a variation, like not a variation, a variegated color. So there we go. So let's just do one more here, a little bit close. It's kind of a pinkish red actually, but that's okay. Down, commit, don't move it. So you can see as I'm doing it, I'm getting a little more comfortable. So give yourself that grace and that time. Okay, press that down. Wow, that is amazing. I am impressed indeed. So let's go ahead and do this one, and we'll do this one variegated. So what colors do I want to do? I think I want to do yellow and kind of that turquoise color. I think it's a teal blue. So let's get that out. My yellow is kind of dry, so we're going to try it. I can tell by the way the pad looks. It's really, I want to get a re-inker for this because I really love the color. So I'm just going to, let me show you what I'm doing. I'm just going to kind of just do that, okay? Just a little bit. Now they're not going to blend because it's, I mean, they probably would blend a little bit. I didn't really experience that in my testing, but they might. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to turn it. And we're probably going to get more turquoise than we've got yellow, but that's okay. I just want to show you that you can do that. And I'm just going to make sure I cap that up. Okay. Turn it over, and this is the last one we'll do of the mandalas. So see how I didn't even put my finger right in the center, like I wasn't as ginger or as kind of timid about that. So you get more comfortable the more you do it. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Woohoo! Look at this. It's not as good of an impression, but I still love it. Look at that. So that's the yellow and the teal, or the blue. Yeah, teal blue. Okay, so let's set that aside and let it dry. The question is where to set it in the studio. Let me set it on top of the garbage can. There we go. Okay. So now I want to show you the stamping platform. So, because we're going to do the girls and they're a little bit more complicated, as well as the feathers. So I'm going to bring this over, and I want to try this girl because I haven't showed you this one. I'm going to make sure she's nice and clean. She's really hard when I used to stamp with her for watercolor, but she was really hard to paint because she's got a lot of open spaces and indescript lines that are a little harder for me to follow when I'm watercoloring. But I can't put that in there now because I just put something on top of the garbage. Okay, on the floor. It's all good. Okay. So I cut a bunch of pieces of acetate in different sizes so that we can play together. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. You want to look and see if you're unfamiliar with the stamp platform. This is clear, this is rubber, so I have to turn this over because I'm working with a rubber stamp versus a clear stamp like the butterfly one. So I'm just going to set that there, and I'm going to get a piece of my cut acetate. Is that all right here that I'm putting stuff on top of? Yikesies. I was putting it on top of that. It's not a good idea. Okay. So I do need a fairly large piece for this girl. So that one should do. I just cut them in different sizes off camera. I'm going to lay it this way, the long way, and I'll show you why here. So I'm just going to put those magnets there. And then what you do, you want to make sure that she's nice and dry before we set her on acetate though. Acetate, that was the word. That was the word I was looking for. And you'd put it face down, so stamp side down. And I'm going to just place her here in the middle. And I am going to try to line her up here a little bit with the bottom. So I'm going to go down a little bit and over. Okay. And then you just close your platform. Hopefully I don't have any residue on there. Okay, we'll find out. Close her up. I'm going to do this one in black. I like to really get a good impression there. So see how our transparency or our acetate did not move? That's what we want. And she's stuck over here, kind of obscuring your view by having other things behind that. Hang on. There we go. There we go. Okay, so I'm opening up the black again. I don't like black ink at all. It really bothers me. So let me move some stuff so I can get this all in camera. There we go. That's better. Okay, so I'm going to ink her up, and I'm going to be very generous. It's a bigger stamp, so it's a little bit harder to get a good coverage and a good first impression. I'll try to remember to link these stamps if I can find them still. Had them for ages, so I'm not sure that I'll be able to. And I'm going to slide this back over, and I'm going to close it. I wish I knew where that black thing was. Oh, there it is. Wishes really do come true. So this makes it easier on your hands to just kind of press this. And so the other beauty of this, you don't have to have this tonic one. You could have any stamp platform, but it's nice because by doing this, that is not moving around. That acetate's not moving, and the stamp is not moving. So that's really great. Okay, that should be plenty of elbow grease. Okay. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see what she looks like. I've got some stuff on the bottom here that's distorting this. It's just ink on my platform, so I'm just gonna take that off. And I like how she's a little bit nondescript. Again, I could have stamped over that again, but I don't want to do that. I'm just going to use her as she is. Oh, that's so beautiful. I love it. Okay, so let me find a place to set her as well. I think I'm going to swap them some things around here. There we go. Alrighty, so that is that girl. And I need to wipe that off. So you can see it doesn't really get much off. It's just like this, just a very thin top layer, which is kind of cool. It stains your stamps, so if you're a purist about that, you might not want to try this. So there we go. That's that stamp. So let's go ahead and do this girl, because I definitely want to show you the coloring process for her. So let me see if I've got another biggish piece of acetate here. I think I should. It doesn't matter if we get the whole impression, so I think this tall one would be the best. Yeah. So I'm just going to go straight up like this. I'm going to go up a little bit from the corner because I might, well, no, I think she's big enough. I think my acetate is, no, it's not quite big enough. So I'm going to go up here on the platform because I'm going to hang the stamp over a little bit. But don't you worry, it's still not going to move. So that's the beauty of this process. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and put her down. Again, I'm going to go low with her, her body here because I want to make sure we capture her whole head. And I'm just aligning it up so that her arm is straight, if you guys can see that. Oh, that's the wrong way. This way. This way, Renee. Okay, there we go. Plop. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put that down. We're going to do black again. I do have a brown too, but I didn't get it out. I think it's like a chocolate brown. But I did not dig that out of my stash, so we're not going to do that. And I'm loving that it's not sticking to the platform, and I do apologize for the yuck on this because it makes it hard to see what I'm doing, but I think you get the drift. Okay. And I'm not going to move the stamp, and I'm not going to move her, but look at that impression. I don't even have to do it again. It looks like this is a little bit rough in here, so I think I'm going to go into this area here and give a little bit more. For some reason, it didn't pick up this bit, so let's try that again. Actually, we'll just re-ink the whole thing. It doesn't hurt. And you'll know if your stuff moved because it won't line up. But it's just paper. It's just acetate, right? Okay. Just going to press there. Hurts my wrist. Okay. At the time of filming this, I only have one more day of school before a 5-day Thanksgiving break. Oh, yes. Very nice. And it did not move at all. And I'm going to show you that here in a second. If I can get this off. Look at that. It's just amazing to me. Amazing. That's a little strange impression. I got like, it's almost like gray in there. Weird. Huh. Okay. It's all right. Okay, so now we're going to wipe her down and go on to some clear stamps. So we'll have to flip the platform, which is easy peasy. If you guys can swing it and you do stamping, this is the one. I've had the little, there's another brand and I don't even remember what it was because I disliked it so much. but I've had two, but this is by far my favorite. So we are going to flip the platform. You just have to flip it around like this, so that now, and what that means is basically the distance between this and this is less, and it says clear right here, and it's not upside down, so, or backwards. That's the way you can tell. So let's open that up, and let's get another piece of acetate here. And I want to see, get a measurement on this. Hold on. I didn't really cut with any precision, so that's about 5 inches. That should work for our butterfly. So let's just use that one. So I'm going to put that in and put our magnets down. And we're going to use a color. So I think I want to use the teal blue. And we're going to use this butterfly. Okay, so same thing. You put the stamp side down with the smooth part on top, because your smooth part is what you want to capture in your design. So I'm going to kind of go low on this, because I can always trim off the top, and I can also trim off the bottom if it's not exactly straight. So now we're going to close that, pick it up. The rubber or the clear stamps do tend to stick a little bit more, which is probably why I had trouble with those mandalas when I was doing it by hand or without the platform. So that's just my hunch, but this is going to be gorgeous. This is a beautiful color. Perfect for the boho journal, which I'm getting to the end of everything and ready to do my stitching and whatever around my signature pages and get my cover done. So, and that again will be the 6,000 subscriber giveaway. We're still a ways away. We're at 20 or 37, 20 something right now. So we got a ways to go. I'm optimistic. So again, I'm hoping that this, I didn't try this little tool with the clear stamps, so hopefully it's not a problem. Oh, it's not. That's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Again, sorry for the platform. I can't get that off. So there you go. Look at that butterfly. You know, and one, if you don't have StazOn Ink, you don't have all this stuff, if you've got stamps and you've got one black StazOn Ink, you could do a bunch of fun stuff. So, so if you wanted to try it, it wouldn't be like you wouldn't be putting yourself in complete debt to play. Just one StazOn Ink pad. And if that's something you can't make happen, send me a message. Put it in the comments. Send me a private message to my email. I would love to make that happen for you. So we've got feathers. I love these feathers. I didn't really try the solid feathers. So let's try all of them this time. So I'm going to get 2 pieces of acetate. See if we can get, oh, I don't have enough room. Let's see if we can go the other way. Yeah, I'm going to have to do them separate because I don't have enough acetate here. So we'll do the bigger feathers on this and maybe the smaller feathers on the other one. So I really liked this one. So I'm going to again put it face down, stamp side down. Okay. Actually, I'm going to move that down a little bit. Yeah, like that. And then the other one was this really feathery one. I didn't clean that very well. So I'm leaving plenty of room, okay? I don't like to be boxed in. So colors, what should we do? I really, really like the yellow with the teal. So we're going to try that again this time with the feathers. So I'm going to go ahead and, oh, you got to turn it. You got to flip it. Cara-Renee, you got to flip it. Goodness gracious. Okay. So let's go do kind of have to press though. Okay, so we're just going to do that. Get a little bit of the blue. I didn't cap these. I'm breaking my own rules. And then just kind of go here and there with the teal. The only thing I don't like about this is that you kind of get a straight line there. And if you wanted to, you could stamp that one now and then bring it back up and stamp the other one. But I'm going to keep going. So I think I want to do, we're going to be adventurous, and we're going to do this green and the purple, which is really dangerous. Really dangerous, but we're going to do it, okay? Okay, like that. Got to cap that because that one was really hard to tell what it was before. So I'm not following my own rules here. So I think this is the purple. Nope, that's black. Oh, it's because I closed the purple. Like a good girl. Okay, and then we're going to get some purple. We'll see what this does. I don't know. It might be terrible, but it might be beautiful. Okay, close it up. Ooh, that's going to be kind of cool. Normally you would not mix yellow and purple because they make brown, but I don't think the StazOn Ink mixes because I don't think it stays wet enough for that. I could be wrong. We'll find out. Okay. Oops. Sorry for the banging. There we go. Oh, that's the old one. It's like, did I just set stuff on that? Oh, it's very interesting. I like it. I almost touched the ink. Okay, let's see. Look at that. It's a little bit weird because we got these were the hard lines I was talking about with the stamp, so, or with the ink pad, but that's okay. We're just playing, right? Okay, let's get this off of here and running out of room. Let's set it up there. Okay. So we only have room to do a little bit more with the feathers, and then we're going to pause and let everything dry. And then I'm going to show you how to color in some of them. I'm not sure how much, but we'll see. And wipe these off. See, for some reason it comes off the silicone better than the rubber stamps. It's interesting. Interesting. Okay. And let's get these little babies, and that we'll get to see what these solid feathers look like. Ooh, this one's never been used. That could be problematic. Hopefully it's not. Clearly I don't prefer them because this has never been used. So let's just go ahead and, because you could actually cut around them too if you wanted to. Like fussy cut kind of, or leave a little bit of a border, but I think we'll do that. And we'll do this one over here. Let's go that way. Let's go the opposite way. Okay. I don't know what we're going to make out of them, but we'll come back and do that in another video. Okay, there we go. So you could hear that it sticks more. The clear stamps stick more. So I think I want to do a solid color. So let's do the teal, which is not capped up. Naughty me. And I'm going to do that on the solid one. Oh. Oh, 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 oh. So beautiful. What should we do? Oh, let's do the green one. I really liked that green color. I think it's really nice for the boho journal. So let's do that. We'll just keep these ones solid. And then we'll pause and we'll come back when these have had a chance to dry just a tad. So I'll go ahead and turn that over, place it down, Give it a bit of time to set. But I love the stamp platform again, guys. If you can swing it, it makes stamping so much easier. It's just hassle-free. Especially if you're doing, like, I do a lot of watercolor with floral images and stamps, and you get that chance to, you know, get that second impression completely lined up without any problems, provided you don't move your stamps and you don't move your paper. Okay. Ooh, I love what happened on the teal one. I think because it's never been used, it's a little bit like it almost like beaded up. Look at that. You see that? It's interesting, but I think that's probably why. So that is it for now. I'm going to give these a few minutes to dry, more than a few minutes, and I'll be back. Okay, so let's take a look at this one and see if we can do something with it. I'm not sure how much I want to do because I like the colors, but the blacks are really nice to color in a little bit. I'm going to bring the camera down just a tad here. You guys can see a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to turn this because the black is on the, so it's on my right side, and the chisel nib and the pen nib. These I've had forever and a day. They're from Spectrum Noir, and they are fantastic. You don't have to pay the big money for the expensive, I don't even know the brand of alcohol markers everybody likes. So let's just do some coloring. Okay, there's some pink. Oops. Oh, and let's do a little bit of this really beautiful blue. This is so pretty. There we go. So where do we want to do this? I don't want to color the whole thing in because it kind of defeats the purpose of the transparency, but I just want you to see what you can do. So I'm just going to do those little pointy things, whatever you call them. Again, I don't want to color the whole thing in because it defeats the purpose. Oh, that got messy. That got really messy. But perfection is not at play in the studio. Okay, so there's that. There's a really, really beautiful, you know what, I think purple would be pretty. Boy, I keep pulling off the wrong end. Would be really pretty on this with this design. Actually, it's not purple. So doesn't that look purple to you? It's actually not. It is this color here. Let me show you this business. It's one of these. It's either this one or this one. Is that crazy or what? I don't understand it. So let's not use that. Let's do the yellow. I know the yellow is pretty. And let's just do a little bit more accent here. I'll probably color more of these off camera, but being careful that I don't touch those other colors if I can help it, because they will be kind of activated because it's alcohol to alcohol. Okay, and let's just do something here with the center. So I've got a little bit on my pen, so let me just try to clean that off a little bit. So I just want to show you what the possibilities are. So I probably will do more on this, but let me show you what it looks like up close. So look at that. You know, and you could make, I was able to do a thumb notch in that pocket, but then I tried to do it, use another punch, and it didn't work. So acetate can be really finicky with punches, so I'm not sure if we'll be able to do anything with that, but I think we'll stop with that. So you could continue with any of these and color them in with something else. I like these solid ones the way they are, so we're going to leave those be. So let me see if I can find the one that might be the next driest here. It's not the feathers. It probably is one of our girls. So, and I'm just going to kind of test it here on the edge. Yeah, it's dry. Now you could get a higher saturation of color and have a problem, but it looks like we're good. So I'm not sure exactly how I want to accent her because, again, she's pretty vague is what I'm looking for. So I'm just going to color her eyes here. Oh boy, I'm going to have to put my head down. Hopefully I won't get in the camera. She's tiny. And I'm nervous. Oh, nice. I'm very heavy-handed, generally speaking. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just do some accenting here with these roses. I'm not going to color it all in. I'm just going to kind of put some color swaths like that. That's kind of what I do with watercolor. It's kind of cool. I think we'll leave those. Let's do one more back here. And we'll do another color for the other roses. How about the pink? This is such a beautiful color. So same process, just gonna do some little C curves. Don't want to fill it all in. Just want it to be kind of loosey-goosey. I might like it, I might not. It's okay. Yeah. And let's do the flowers. I don't have a good flower. Oh, this might be good. That yucky orange might be perfect because these almost look like a little bit like a poppy. So I'm going to turn this because I need to be able to get to it. So let's just color that in and see what we think. It's kind of a yucky color. Oh, yuck, yuck, yuck. What a terrible nondescript color. Not feeling that at all. Just gonna kind of blot it. You won't get like a super even, like some colors I found show a little bit more rough. I don't like that at all. Let's see if we can do something about that. Whoops, again, I did that again. Goodness gracious. Let me go in with some yellow and just see if we can destroy this. So see how it's moving that color around? That's actually quite pretty. Oh, let's do that on purpose. Let's do that on purpose. Oh, that's gorgeous. Who'd have thought? Let me show you that, guys. You guys probably can't see what I'm talking about. Look at that kind of variegated color. Let's keep that on. We're just going to color these other flowers that look the same. Oh, so pretty. I love it. I would never have been able to plan this. This is incredible. I'll hold it up for you here in a second again. It's so cool. It's kind of turning it a little bit of an orange because we're mixing it's an orange, but it's more like a orange red. Really, really cool. Look at that. Oh, I love it. Okay, so we'll be good with that. I want to go in with a little bit of green for our stems, just a little bit of an accent. And again, I got to turn that so I don't put my hand in wet ink here. Let's go down there. Oh, I think I forgot a flower. So you don't have to be like, if it goes outside the lines, don't sweat it. I've got another flower there, so I'll have to come back and grab that. I didn't see it before. I'm not going to color this whole one because we've got other things to do here, but I just wanted to show you what you can do. I'm just going to color those leaves in here. So that black is moving, so you do have to be careful. So there's a lot of black concentration in those leaves, and I just rubbed it out. So you do have to be mindful of that. So I'm just going to do just a little dab just to not make the lines go away of the leaves, but like so. Not a big fan of that Santoro. That's the stamp. So let's use this other blue and see if we can paint this little bird over here. so pretty. Okay, so we're going to set her aside because we are already at 50 minutes. I'll be able to trim some of this out, but not a lot of it. So if the video is too long, as always, you can speed me up to 1.5 times the normal speed. But look at her. One could come in here and paint her face a beautiful, you know, skin color. I think that would be tricky, but you could definitely try it. But I love that. I got a flower here. I need to catch a flower there. So let's set that up there, and we're just going to do one more, the other girl, and then we'll be done. So we don't need to do anything more with the feathers. And before I let you go, I'll show you them again, just in case you want to see them. I'm just going to grab this girl, because this is the one I really liked. I liked the simplicity of her. So I did the other one in that really, really bright pink red. I don't want to do that again. I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to see if I can find a paler pink. So give me a second, or a brighter red. Okay, I'm not sure. These are hard to tell. So let's do a little bit of a swatch. Oh, that's a pretty color. Let's put that over in the pretty pile. And then this is this one. Well, it's the same. It's like virtually the same. That's the thing with alcohol markers. I could never understand like how you work with them and get different shades and all that nonsense. We're going to use this pinkish color. Okay. So I'm going to color in the little heart on her face like I did before. Just give her a little accents. Very pale. That's okay. And I'm going to turn her again just so I don't get my arm. There's a heavy ink over here, and I want to make sure I don't get my fingers in that. So I'm just going to paint her lips. Her mouth is a little bit odd, but you get my drift, right? So let's see, what do we want to do? Maybe we'll do some yellow flowers down here. I don't know how they're going to work because we could get into some trouble with the black, but we're going to try it, okay? I have to be careful around the black because I could smear it potentially, so. You know, and of course, because we're working with acetate, you don't want to try to heat it because you'll melt your stuff. So I'm just going to do kind of a sketchy, blotchy coverage here, kind of like I would with watercolor. This is actually kind of cool. Sorry if I'm mumbling. This is very fun. Who'd have thought that I would get this kind of joy out of this? I think it's very cool. Getting a little bit of black in there because there's more of a heavy black ink in this area. So let's just make sure that's as clean as can be, and we'll finish down here. Now I think if you like went straight across like I just did there, I just wiped out that line with the yellow. I wiped out the black line, so it's not the end of the world, but it's probably, I don't know if it will set more. I know it does set more because I was able to touch it fully with my whole hand and didn't have any problems. So I'm probably just being a little premature here, but isn't that gorgeoso? Gorgeoso. I like this blue for the eyes. Maybe this blue for the eyes this time. Okay, I'm gonna just paint those eyes in there. She's not really boho, but we'll see. I think I like her. And I might do a little bit more on her as well, but that's basically it, my friends. I might put some color in her hair and make her really jazzed up, but I just really wanted to show you the techniques. Like, this is what you can do with and on acetate. So we've got that one, and we've got this one. So just see if I can move this over without disrupting anything. So we've got that one and that one. And we've got our feathers. Let's get that paper there. Feathers. Those got really blotchy, lots of ink. I can feel lots of ink on there. And those feathers. And then we had our mandala. Our mandala stuff right here. Okay. And I think, where did our butterfly go? Where's our butterfly? Didn't we do a butterfly? We did a butterfly, didn't we? I'm not sure where I set it. Oh, it's right there. And our little teal butterfly. So that is what we've got. I'll take pictures so you guys can see. I'll probably put a little bit more color on these, and I will see you guys in the next video. I will try to link as many of the stamps as I can, and no promises for success on that, but I will definitely try as always. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.